In the US, recently, there has been something created called opportunity zones. And there are now these opportunity zone funds, and the program is just getting underway, where if you invest into real estate funds who are invested in areas that have been designated as in need of investment, usually lower income, maybe blighted areas that have been chosen by each of the governors of the individual states as to be particular opportunity zones, there are significant capital gains tax benefits to the investor in that your gains will not be taxed at capital gains rates, but you will be able to roll that over and get a stepped up basis and not have to realize gain. Well, it's interesting. Well, if you're talking about your typical US investor, you know, it's equity investments, or if you're a debt vehicle, you'll use your standard debt of first mortgage, mezzanine loans, preferred equity. With the foreign investors, again, to avoid US tax law and to be considered a real estate investor in the US and be subject to real estate withholdings and gains taxes, I find we often, along with tax counsel, structure the deals so that a large portion of the investments are going in as debt vehicle rather than an equity vehicle because of the different treatment tax-wise, and being that that's advantageous to the foreign investor to be a debt vehicle versus a equity vehicle. Certainly, you know, restrictions as to withholding is a big issue. As well, you know, there are certain disclosure requirements as to where the funds are coming from and who the ultimate investor is in those funds, of those funds. So it's really disclosure and withholding. Those are the two big issues, I think, for the foreign investor. So as to terms of career highlights, myself and Rosenberg Estis as a firm have been involved in some of the largest transactions in New York City, from the World Trade Center to Times Square to some of the new development going on in Long Island City or in Harlem. You know, we find ourselves at the cutting edge because of who our clients are. And because of our expertise in New York real estate, we find ourselves involved in the biggest projects in New York. One of the things that, as a lawyer, makes me very happy is I'm able to walk around the city of New York, look at individual skyscrapers and say, we were involved in that particular transaction. We put the debt on this. We helped the owner buy this. So it's very satisfying to know that as a law firm, we've helped really shape the city that our offices are in, that most of us live in, and that spend a tremendous amount of time in. One of the other areas that we find ourselves very involved in for not only the foreign investor, but for foreign companies doing business in New York is the leasing activity. New York and the U.S. is different and unique in that each state has different rules and laws with regard to the renting of real estate. So we represent many foreign national companies in their leasing of space in the U.S. for their U.S. operations. And that's somewhere I think Rosenberg Estis has been helpful to clients and can continue to be helpful to many foreign national companies who are want to have a foothold and an office presence in the United States. My firm, Rosenberg Estis, we're a New York-based real estate law firm. All we do is real estate. We're unique in that way, and many firms have various practicing areas. We only practice in real estate. We're approximately 82 lawyers. We've grown significantly over the last few years. A lot of that having to do with the need for more real estate lawyers because of real estate has become a very popular investment among US-based funds as well as European investors. Our approach as a law firm is, again, we're kind of unique in that all we do is real estate. We do real estate transactions and real estate litigation. We do real estate regulatory work. New York is unique in that there is a standard of rent laws and tax laws which govern residential real estate. We have experts in those areas. So we consider ourselves really to be our client's thought partner in real estate transactions, not just in the New York metro area, but nationally. I myself have a national practice representing various investment funds nationally who are out seeking yields that are not attainable in the very competitive New York market. So again, it's really, we understand real estate and our clients see us as really their thought partner. Inbound, yes. Our firm represents a number of foreign investors. We represent some European investors who are, again, seeking yield in the US that they can't quite find in the European markets. Even the best European markets don't seem to be able to drive yield the way you can in conservative but very good US markets for yield. And in structuring those deals, we work with tax attorneys to make sure that the investments are done in such a way that they are the most advantageous to the US tax laws and for the investor. Michael Lefkowitz, Rosenberg Estis. If you need any assistance with your New York-based or US-based real estate needs, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.